it's Roxanne. How you guys doing? I know you guys can't answer me. I'm here with my girl. She's not even gonna get on camera, but she's looking lovely. I got Sister Vicky. Say something, Sister Vicky. How you living?
Hello, world.
Yeah, she's not even gonna show herself, but she's looking pretty. Like nothing like myself. I don't care. I don't think I got makeup and all. Not that today. But look, you guys, it's raining. It's good in Texas, but I guess I'll figure out what the topic is gonna be. Oh, the topic is I give her a chance to ask me. I don't know why I'm doing this. To ask me some questions. Now, when your friends ask you questions, you don't know what to expect. So, what's the first question, Sister Vicky?
First question is, as we are Christian women, we're women of God. What is your advice to give to someone as a woman of God? How do you put a man who approaches you in his worldly ways or his worldly actions? How would you put him in his place as a Christian woman?
Well, I will use for example, there is this worldly guy who just came and I needed some assistance with my car. So, of course, I let him know. He already know that I'm a Christian woman, and he let himself know who he is. He has a girlfriend, so he came to my house and tried to help me. He's my neighbor, and help me with my I ain't gonna say no names. Okay. Help me with my car, and offered me, asked me a question that was like totally disrespectful. So I had to like put him in his place and check him. I usually just check him. I don't hold my tongue back. I'm like Actually, he did say that he asked me for a kiss. I say that. I was like, what? So he has a girlfriend. It's obvious he don't care. So, but I do. I don't do that. So I just had to let him know. He's like, I was playing with you, right? I said, you was playing, I'm not. So I just straight out. Usually when, as being a Christian woman, you gotta put your foot down. Not because you're a Christian woman, you gotta hold stuff back and like be easy. No, you gotta be hardcore. I'm telling you. What? That's just like me and you. You know, if something happened out there and stuff like that, you know how to direct the situation. God guide us. You know.
So, with that question,
I don't know what she gonna ask me, y'all. So
with that question being asked, if someone catches,
I know you don't want to see her.
If someone catches our attention, that is a, I guess you would say a worldly man, but we're interested in them, where will we start? Do we invite them to church? Do we start a relationship before he's in church? Do we start a relationship after? Or do we wait and see what God is doing for that person and to see if that's who God is calling to us? Would you call it being on the same level? Will we ever be on the same level with a worldly man who does want to make godly changes in his life to be closer to God and the opportunity to have a woman of God in his life?
So he wants to, which is good though. If he wants to have a relationship like he's, said, of course, it wouldn't be that difficult to, let's come to church with me. He should offer himself to come to church because he already know that that's what I do. We have to be in the house of the Lord, for sure. If you meet a worldly man, it depends on which you meet him in church. That's good, But
what if he's not in church? You met him at a grocery store or at a gas station, and he's a perfect gentleman. Maybe his walk is not the way we would like it to be, or what God intends for him to be at that moment.
Well, you're not. If you meet him in that in that way, the conversation had to be out out of the church because that's where you met them. If you haven't, like, yeah, you have to see where it goes, because really, when you meet someone, you just don't say, hey, come on, let's go to church. You know, it's kind of like uh,
Kind of
attack.
like baby steps.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you gotta take it like slow and stuff. You know, like when Sunday come and he see you, like, what you doing? I'm going to church. You know, it'll be nice for him to offer himself.
So, do you give him your phone number, or?
Oh, you
do
talking
y'all-
about just?
No, I'm asking, like, if someone approaches you and they're interested in you, they're good, they're respectful, they're a gentleman, but they're not in church. So, do you give them your number? How do you connect with them? Do you look? This is the church I go to. These are the hours I'm in church. If you're more than interested, I'll see you there.
Okay.
How do you do? Where do you go from there?
Okay, so I did meet a guy who I just went, like I told you, I did meet him, you know, but I don't know of him. So you got to get to know the person first. And it depends on the conversation, where is it going. If there is a nice gentleman and he is like smooth, you will get to know all the rest later. But yeah, of course, if you single and he is single and you both attracted to each other, whatever the case might be, y'all vibing together, yes, there will be an exchange of phone number. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can't, what? If I, I'm just being real. The question is on me. So I'm just, if there, that's just anybody. If you are single and you meet somebody and your eyes, make sure they don't have nobody. Just make sure they're single. I'm serious. Because you ain't want no drama. So, for real, make sure they're single, everything's cool, and they digging you and you digging them and stuff like that. You got the phone number and you got to just talk. Conversate.
So when do you invite him to your church?
For that's my baby. I'm knocking on the. We try to come outside to make it a little bit private, but he's like knocking distractions. So when you invite him to the church, I mean, just give it some time. I mean, because you already introduce yourself as a Christian, so he knows you're going to church. And you say, you know what, I'm going to church. You're welcome to come with me if you want to. See, if you do it like that, you're welcome to come to my church if you want to. The door is always open. We can go together. Now, if he turn you down and keep on making excuses, you know. But he did say he's a Christian, right? That's what's the
No,
question?
I
Nope.
said
He's a worldly man?
He's a worldly.
Oh, he's a worldly man.
He's a worldly man, but he's a gentleman.
Oh, he's a
Very
gentleman.
respectful. But when would be the right time for you to invite him to your
You
church?
just have to invite him at the right time. When
Do you give yourself a time limit? Maybe weeks, months, a year?
I was, my ex-husband was a worldly man. And I had to ask him, and I stopped. God just shut. He said, you know, and God will tug on their heart, you know, and say, hey, because if there's worldly and you's Christian, there will be some kind of shaking, because you know God loves both of y'all, the worldly and the Christian woman. And if the Christian woman, she is a warrior and she down for Christ, y'all excuse me, I mean, and she's praying for him, yeah, he's getting some shaking up, I'm telling you.
So would you say it is okay to date a respectful gentleman even though he's not in church?
Yeah,
You think that's okay?
yeah, you can date us.
So what if he never goes to church?
Time will do. I mean, when we need to go to church, that's we all meet up
We
together.
do. But what if he's like, I believe in God, I believe in the Bible. I believe what His Word says. I believe what the Bible, what's written in there. But I don't need to go to church
Well, he
to
don't.
confess, or I don't need to go to church to make my presence to believe in God. I can make church wherever.
So
I
he
am.
have a relationship with God, a private relationship with God. He just talking. He's just talking. I'm serious because what our word said, we all had to go. Two or more gathers in His name. We need
Yes.
each other. You can't be solo. You can't just pray to get somebody. Got to pray for you. You got to pray with somebody. Hold hands. If you and him together, that means you, him, and some more people had to. Like, especially now, everybody needs everybody.
Yeah.
So we need to be like underneath the covering. That's why God made the temple, the church.
Exactly.
So yeah, he gotta be. If he not, don't want to go
How much time would you give him to decide if he's gonna go?
until I'm tired. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry.
What if you're not tired for 5 years?
Ooh, that's too much. Mm-mm.
See, people have. Do you put a time limit,
Yeah, I know.
or do you pray and ask God for confirmation?
Yeah.
And if it's not for you,
God
to
will-
remove him immediately.
Yes, God will let you know, because that time period, there is no. God is an on-time God. He is
Never
God.
late.
I'm telling
Never
you,
late.
God. Y'all need to see Sister Vicky. She looking cute and stuff like she ain't trying to be on camera. It's YouTube, girl. It's not no Facebook. Ain't no lie. So, God is an order God. It's time.
course.
So the world is clicking. So you know what? If he don't do the right thing, I'm like, where he want to go? If something happened, I'm just saying. So, the relationship, huh?
Okay.
Go ahead.
With that being said, you know how a lot of people say, "Well, I got hurt in church," so they blame the church, but they forget that we are the church.
Yeah.
They're talking about the physical building itself, that they were in because of certain people. And I've told people hundreds of times, well, why have you gone through so many relationships if you know you've been hurt in many of them? So why do you easily give up on the church, but you don't give up on love in the worldly way?
Y'all need to see this sister. There she go. I'm just saying. She got makeup on and lipstick on and everything, and look at me. But anyway, what was the question? Okay, you can't repeat yourself. I remember. Yeah, a lot of people say they've been
Hurt by the church.
hurt by the church.
But we've been hurt in relationships, but we'll continue searching for that love, that relationship, but we forget about our first love. The first love relationship we should have is with God. So why do they continue looking for the love that it's not gracefully broken love, it's a heartache love. And God, as Miss Cobb says it, he gracefully breaks us.
Yeah.
And when we date, we're not gracefully broken, we're torn to shreds. And with heartache and struggling to get up from that,
So they
so they allow people to keep them out of the church,
she's answering the question. Go ahead.
but they won't allow people to keep them from looking for love. So
Look
I'm
at
a little
Look at the boots.
confused.
Look at the boots. I'm just going. You confused? You just answered.
No, I'm confused for them. I'm not confused.
Oh,
for
I
me.
know you ain't
Because
confused.
there's nobody going to keep me out of the church.
Hello.
But I'm not going to give up on love either, because the Word of God simply tells us love covers a multitude of sin. So if love covers a multitude of sin, that means not only is he's not a liar. So he knows every desire of our hearts, and he knows exactly how he built us. So
she got I'm telling you. What?
So with that being said, if love covers a multitude of sin, and his word tells us what love is, it doesn't boast, it doesn't keep count, it's kind. If it's gentle, if his word says that, then that means there's someone out there who will love us that way.
Yeah.
And so if we get hurt by the church, is it that the church hurt us? Or are we just easily offended?
Yeah, it's a mindset. You know, it's
We gotta, we gotta learn how to let it roll off our shoulders and don't stay out of the house
yeah
of
because
God. So in that aspect, what would you do if that person says, I've been hurt by the church, so I don't want to go to church, but we are the church.
Yeah.
So you getting together with me is you're getting together with the church.
Yeah. So is it a church? I will be like, so is it a church who hurt you? You know what I mean? When you go to church, you know, I would say, because I've been in churches and there's, in Long Beach, you know, there is what you allow.
Yes.
Eventually, though, they will turn back to the church because the heart, somebody, he'll shake it up and they'll be like, you know what? There's many people who've been hurt by the church and then they come back crawling to the altar.
But you weren't hurt by a building. You were hurt by a specific
person. Yes. So we all have.
And
yeah.
So you gotta have tough skin. It's like, God, harden my heart where it needs to be hardened, soften my heart where it needs to be softened.
Yes.
But we're willing to put the walls down when it comes to a worldly love, but when it comes to getting fed the steak and potatoes
girl.
that the Lord has put on the hearts of many pastors, just like I always tell people, not all men are the same, just like not all women are the same. Not every pastor is the same, and not every church is the same. So with that being said,
because we all have different fingerprints, right?
Exactly.
I'm telling you, and he know every
hair on top of my head. It's counted
because he's God, and he knows what we gonna be offended. It's all set up, you know.
But there's just, it's kind of like a workout.
Yeah.
When you start off, your body is weak. Your body can probably lift 10 pounds, and then it goes to lifting 20 pounds, and then. But the more you work out on it, the stronger your body becomes, the tougher it is.
She needs to take this camera.
The more weight you're able to lift versus...
I don't know if I'm stomping or a mosquito just got me wet.
You become stronger.
Yeah.
You go to the gym to continue being stronger. Do you get offended because someone else can lift more than you at the gym? Or do you stay a member and you keep going until you can get to that place where you can lift where that person lives? Where your body will, sometimes it hurts to work out. Sometimes you're sore. That's just like church. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it's sore.
Yeah.
But you keep going so you can continue getting stronger.
Can you take criticism?
So if you know, there's no criticism in the church.
But
there's no criticism. Just like if you go to Planet Fitness, it says no criticism.
Okay, but if you...
And the church doesn't criticize you. It's you who are criticized by what you're being told, whether it be the truth or something you don't want to take in. You don't like truth. Some people don't like truth. Because truth...
Okay, well, what I mean is the truth as, because they're looking at it as criticism, so that's why...
But it's not criticism.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
It's the facts. It's not criticism. It's them feeling criticism because I don't want to say that they're ignorant, but
they're babies.
They don't know. They don't know to what they need to take in. They need to take some things in, and if they see the love of Christ in you, I don't care who you are. The Word of God simply says that every tongue will confess and every knee will bow. If that's what His Word says, then that means not that they're going to bow to us, but they're going to bow to His Word.
Yeah.
They're going to bow to Him. They're going to be at those altars on their knees. So, with that being said, do we continue giving someone that opportunity who's been broken by the church? How long? What is the time frame? How long do you pray for that person to start coming to church?
You know what?
If they have a good heart, their intentions are well, they just been hurt by the church. So with all of that being said, what would be your time to give someone, to pray for someone, to get them closer to God, to bring them to His house? What would be that mindset of a limit you would give to
So
someone?
you don't stop praying, right?
So would you give yourself a year? Would you give yourself
No,
6
you
months?
keep on praying for that person.
But what
I
if
mean,
that person wants a relationship with you?
eventually they're going to, like you said, all tongues will confess, and they will just find them way back. I'm telling you, because God, that's our mission. That's why we're here, on a purpose to
Yeah,
reach the lost.
exactly.
So you don't stop praying. Somebody pray for me every night, morning and night. I'm
Amen.
telling you, you don't stop praying. Yes. You're praying for the person to come to church. I'm going back to your question with the worldly man. How long do you pray for him?
So I have a question. Are you praying for y'all to have a relationship, you and him? Or now are you praying for him to have a relationship with God?
God.
So now because he's going because he wants a relationship with you.
Well,
But see, our thing is we're tricky in that way.
yeah.
We pray for them to get closer to God.
Yeah.
So once they're closer to God, they're no longer focused on the relationship with us. Now they're focused on the relationship with God.
That's all good. It's all good. When you pray for him,
That's kind of like a trick question.
that's it. When you pray for him, as long as he got a relationship, I'm like this. If I got involved with a brother and I'm praying for him to just be saved, to see Christ, and there's a relationship, deep relationship. If he come to church and he accepted God in his life, and we not together, I don't care, as long as he have Christ in his life. I mean, we don't have to be together. No, we don't. If he has God in his, if he came to my church and we was dating or whatever like that, and he came to the church and he choose Christ over me, maybe I did something wrong or something, we don't get along, no hard feeling. As long as you love Christ, you accepted Christ, good with that, you going to heaven. I'm going to heaven too, yeah.
Because when you have someone, Sister Rox, that loves God more than life itself, they're going to make the right decision.
Yes.
We strive to lead them to God, not to lead them to us.
True.
So when they say they want a relationship with us, or they want to get to know us, our thing is, I want you to get to know the true love, the first love, the love that is so unconditional. He will never stop loving us.
True.
No matter how we look in the morning, or what our breath smells like, or our messy hair don't care days, he loves us just like that.
My breath
Every
smell like
person
strawberry.
out there is loved by God. Don't matter if they're serving, not serving.
He loves all.
He loves them. He created them with a purpose. Try to find good in everybody, because God instilled good in everybody. They just need us to not give up on them.
Yes.
Love you, Sister Ross.
That's why you should have been on camera.
I think I was a few times. Not wanting to.
But yeah. As long as God first, God is God. So we want to thank Sister Vicky for asking me the questions and stuff like that. It's raining. She's not gonna get her hair messed up. You gonna have to run to the car.
Yeah, I am.
So we thanking Sister Vicky. Woo! And look at me. It was good. It was good. I had to title this one. What's the title of this? The
Didn't
question.
put a title on it. But
The question about.
I guess you would say true love. Or first love.
And who is your first love? That's it. And the
Or
question,
if he's not, make him your first love.
make God your first love. You guys have a wonderful day.